Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Royally Rumbled. This is episode 7, and we are talking the WWE 2018 Royal Rumble. I'm your host, Jordan.
I'm your host, Robert.
And Rob, what else are we talking about today other than the Royal Rumble?
Other than the Royal Rumble, you mean the pay-per-view from which we derived our name?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, other than the Royal Rumble, we're also talking about NXT TakeOver Philadelphia.
All right, here we go. That's kind of like right in our neck of the woods, too.
Tickets in Philadelphia sell out really fast, so...
Yeah, it's because you can't even go through like Ticketmaster or anything. You have to go through the Wells Fargo. So it's a whole process. Anyway, we're going to dive right into this, starting with NXT TakeOver Philadelphia on Saturday.
Saturday night, NXT TakeOver Philly.
Now it's worth noting here that Samoa Joe is going to be on the pre-show panel for this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Samoa Joe, who's out right now with an injury, which may or may not be real.
Allegedly out.
He's also doing voiceover work for a Transformers series, which is pretty cool.
Good for Samoa Joe. The first match on NXT TakeOver Philadelphia that we're going to be covering is Kassius Ohno versus Velveteen Dream. This match was just added as Velveteen Dream was coming through the curtain in the back after his fantastic takeover-worthy match with Johnny Gargano. Kassius Ohno shoved him backstage after Dream basically called him fat.
Yeah, I love that it's about appearance. You know, the I look good. It's an interesting take on a feud. You know, I love the way that they book Velveteen Dream in these matches where it's not about, well, I'm better than you or I'm the better wrestler. It's I'm beautiful and you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I can't wait for this match, which is surprising because Kassius Ohno is in it.
Yeah, it's probably the first time that we've talked about a Kassius Ohno match for longer than 2 seconds.
Yeah, you know, and I'm genuinely interested. However, I feel like Velveteen Dream is going over.
I too have Velveteen Dream winning this match. We agree there. All right. The second match that we'll be talking about is an Extreme Rules match, which features Alistar Black versus Adam Cole of the Undisputed Era.
The first time an Extreme Rules match is ever going to take place on NXT.
Very exciting.
Yeah, this should be a barn burner of a match.
Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be awesome. Their first match, which I believe was just on a regular NXT, was phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what kicked off this whole feud.
I believe that the stipulation of an Extreme Rules match works in Adam Cole's favor.
Ooh.
Not saying that Alistar Black's not going to be capable, but I think that if you had seen the first match, you'd be pretty aware that Black kind of owned him. You know, Cole had a lot going for him in it, but once it started getting down into strikes, Cole couldn't hang. So I think that the ability to not be disqualified for using external things, which may or may not include the group that he's in, the Undisputed Era, Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. So I definitely think that that's going to come into play somehow.
So is your pick Adam Cole to win the match?
No, it is not. It is Alistar Black.
Okay. I was going to say, I was very hesitant there. I know he's your boy.
He is my boy.
I've got Alistar Black as well. I have a feeling like he's just going to kick Adam Cole's head off.
Yeah, well, I sent you the clip, right, of the first time that they had their match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cole was standing there, and he was wagging his fingers, and he was like, come on, kind of like Shinsuke does. He was like, come on, and then Black masked him and dropped him for a three count clean. It was amazing.
It's awesome. So yeah, and I'm thinking Black's going to go on and become number one contender for TakeOver New Orleans.
For sure.
Because Triple H even mentioned in that conference call for NXT that he had today, he even mentioned Alistar Black is probably the fastest rising star that NXT's ever seen.
which puts my prediction from last episode that he's the next attraction for NXT. That makes that valid. So I'm happy with that.
I kind of want to see Adam Cole win the title before Alistar Black, and then they have a third match at the next TakeOver, and that's where Black wins the belt.
That would be cool. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, all right. So
let's ring this bell and move on.
Next up, we have the NXT Tag Team Championships are on the line in a match where we see the Undisputed Era, made up of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, defend the titles against the Authors of Pain, Akam and Rezar, both former champions.
Yeah. I think it's interesting to have Authors of Pain chasing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely different as opposed to them just dominating and holding on to them.
And they've been chasing for a while.
Yeah.
Because they lost the belts to Sanity. And I have a feeling that Sanity is going to get involved in this match.
Probably.
I see it happening.
They're not on the card in any way.
I see it happening post-match, though. I don't see it happening during the match.
Okay. In my opinion, Authors of Pain should win this, and I have them as the winner.
Okay.
But then what I want to happen is the Undisputed Era recapturing the titles in NXT TakeOver New Orleans with Adam Cole, so they all win at the same time. Therefore, the era would be thoroughly undisputed.
Interesting. I like that. However, I have the Undisputed Era winning. Yeah, I have them winning over the Authors of Pain. Fish and O'Reilly have so much chemistry together, and they work very well together, even back in ROH. I just see Authors of Pain taking their final bow here in NXT, and then I see them moving up to SmackDown Live.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like it's kind of overdue at this point for Authors of Pain. I was expecting them to move up back around SummerSlam.
Yep, I remember that.
I'm happy that they stayed as long as they did, and I think they will give a nice shot in the arm to SmackDown Live's ever-diminishing tag team division.
Definitely.
Next up, we have the NXT Women's Championship on the line as Ember Moon defends against Shayna Baszler, the former MMA UFC competitor.
Shayna debuted against Dakota Kai,
Mm-hmm.
and she beat her down pretty easily, and the ref stopped the match, and she continued to do so after that.
Yeah, she had her in that rear naked choke, right?
Yeah, rear naked choke, and it was nasty. And then Ember Moon came down and intervened and set this up. So this feud is brand new. To me, it's unclear whether Baszler, however you pronounce it, is set to dominate. I'm not sure if they want Ember Moon to overcome a foe she's never dealt with before so soon. So I'm not... But I do really enjoy how they seamlessly combine the characters that are completely different. Like, Baszler's legit.
Yeah.
So... And the fact that she's coming in and she's going up against like a character like Ember Moon, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really interesting how they're able to do that so effortlessly. Like, oh yeah, this makes sense.
And it does, and it works.
But my best guess for this would be Ember Moon winning for now, unless they decide to have Baszler be a monster. You know, I don't know what the creative is. We've only seen her like twice.
Yeah. So Shayna Baszler made it to the finals of the Mae Young Classic, and she really didn't impress me too much. She had some cool moves, but I don't know. I'm willing to give her a shot, and here's why. I think Shayna Baszler is going to defeat Ember Moon, so that way we could build towards Ember Moon becoming the first ever 2-time NXT Women's Champion. And there's a spot that I keep seeing in my head where Ember Moon's going to go for the Eclipse and Shayna Baszler is going to just reverse it into a rear naked choke.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the way the match is going to end, and I can't wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a well-known finisher now. Now when you see Ember Moon go to the top rope and she stands up and extends both of her arms, you know that Eclipse is coming.
Yeah.
And now that the belt is off Asuka, we could see some interesting title changes like this.
So do you think it's weird that Shayna lost the Mae Young Classic to Kairi Sane and is now just skipping ahead of the line essentially and getting a title shot?
Kairi Sane was actually in that Fatal 4-Way match at the last TakeOver pay-per-view.
That match was fantastic.
It was.
They only had like 10 minutes.
But she was my pick to win. Yep. But it's just weird because it feels like she hasn't done anything lately.
All right. So who do you? So you have Baszler.
I have Baszler.
So our final match for NXT TakeOver Philadelphia is for the NXT Championship, and it features Andrade Cien Almas, the champion, defending against Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Wrestling.
Who you got?
Ooh, this is a tough one. Because Johnny Gargano, as I've said in the previous episode, Johnny Gargano is my favorite NXT superstar right now. So, with that being said, I think it's almost a given that Tommaso Ciampa will return by attacking Johnny Gargano. And Gargano's going to come super close to winning, but Ciampa's going to cost him the match.
Interesting. Well, Gargano continues to defy the odds. Even by getting into this match in the first place, he won a fatal 4-way with 2 super heavyweights and Alistar Black. So, I think it's just incredible that he's even this far, which I think is the whole point.
Yeah, exactly.
And we talked last episode about Almas leaving the company. So is this his send-off? Is there a chance he drops the title for Johnny and then leaves?
I don't know. I feel like putting him with Zelina Vega has completely turned his mindset around.
Totally. I have Johnny winning.
Okay.
I think Ciampa will return here, but I think it'll be after the match to set up what I believe is going to be NXT's feud of the year for 2018.
100%.
Johnny versus Ciampa all year long, killing each other.
I have a feeling like Almas is going to win, though.
Okay.
Because the Gargano-Ciampa feud does not need the title.
I think it gets more interesting with it, though.
I agree to a point.
Johnny finally gets the one thing that he's there for, and now Ciampa's going to take it away from him.
But we've kind of seen that with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, you know?
Yeah, but it's different because they're smaller. I don't know.
I don't know.
Or at least different.
But back to this match. This match is going to blow my mind because their styles are going to mesh in the best possible way.
Totally.
And it was super interesting to see Almas defeat McIntyre at the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think neither of us called that, right?
No,
I think we both went McIntyre, yeah.
So, and I guess the plan was that McIntyre was going to get called up, but he got injured.
Got hurt. Yep.
So, who knows what the future is going to hold.
In any event, that is NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. Let us know if you agree or disagree with any of our picks, or tell us why, at least.
Exactly.
You know? But moving on to the main course, if you will. That was just the appetizer.
To our namesake.
The pay-per-view from which we derived our name. The 2018 Royal Rumble. Pause for fanfare. So we've got 4 matches and then 2 Royal Rumble matches.
But leading off, we're going to start off with the 2 out of 3 falls match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, where we will see Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin take on the team of the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, who are the champions.
Right out of the gate, I think trying to make Gable and Benjamin heels while constantly putting over their wrestling ability is really weird to me. I get they got their title victory overturned on a SmackDown by replay, which I think is really, really stupid and inconsistent to include at all.
Well, they bend the rules when they want to. You know, they utilize. It's not the first time that's happened, and it won't be the last.
No, I just hate that. Suddenly that's a thing, and then it won't be a thing for 6 years, and then suddenly they'll do it again. Doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah.
it gets me super 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 cynical when that shit happens. So I don't know, and I just don't like Gable and Benjamin as heels. I don't think it really makes that much sense, you know.
Well, it's interesting to note that Gable pinned Jey Uso clean on SmackDown.
Yes.
So Gable and Benjamin have a legit chance here.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy match to pick. None of these are really.
No.
But I don't envision the Usos losing. I believe they deserve to carry the titles into WrestleMania with the year that they've had in 2017, leading into 2018.
I agree.
So I have the Usos winning.
I have the Usos as well, but I would like to see the Usos feud with the Authors of Pain for the titles.
Yeah, I think that ties right into what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, for sure. And
that's definitely cool.
And coming back to your comment about making Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin heels, I think maybe I'd like to see Chad Gable snap and try beating down the Usos after the match, after they lost clean, but Benjamin step in and stop him, leading to a Benjamin Gable singles feud. Because ever since Shelton Benjamin came back, I've been wanting to see Shelton Benjamin as a singles competitor, and they just put him with Chad Gable, which is fine. But we get to see a different side of Gable, and we get to see the old Shelton Benjamin back.
In any event, so we both have the Usos?
Yeah. Our second match of the evening is for the Raw Tag Team Championships, where we see Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan defend against The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro. Who you got and why?
Just, we were talking about things that were weird and things that we didn't like in the first matchup. I'm going to piggyback on that for this and say, isn't it strange that they pulled Jason Jordan out of American Alpha on SmackDown Live and put him over on Raw just to join a tag team and win the titles?
Well, I don't think that was their original plan, but once Ambrose got hurt.
So, I think it's weird. In any event, Jason Jordan's heat that he has with the crowd is really, really good. If they were ever decided to turn him heel, I think he would be really good in that role. Honestly. Yeah. And I always think that they should try to get you to be heel first before they try to make you a buttercup babyface, because heel's easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody says heel's easier. So I definitely think that Jordan should have been a heel right out of the gate for this. But he's developed a lot of real strong heat from the crowd.
But that's just going to make it all the more natural for when he does eventually turn.
Exactly. And then this past Monday on Raw, they almost Roman Reigns'd him, where he wasn't even able to say anything that he was supposed to say.
Yep. And I love the stuff that they've been doing with him lately. And I love the facial expressions and reactions from Reigns and Rollins.
Oh, yeah. That's been like more than half of it for me, is having Seth Rollins react to him is hilarious.
Yeah. So I think Jordan's going to screw up, and Cesaro and Sheamus are going to get the belts back.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Bar winning as well. I'm going to say that they carry the titles into WrestleMania, which allows Rollins to slide into his WrestleMania feud, which will probably wind up being with Jason Jordan.
I don't know about that. I'm holding out some hope for Jason Jordan versus Kurt Angle, but that's just me. Sheamus and Cesaro are my favorite tag team in WWE right now, so they deserve it.
Yeah. And I think that it'd be better suited for the tag team division on Raw to have the Club or the Revival chasing the tag titles right now.
Yeah, I'd be all up for that. I don't know what they're going to do as far as WrestleMania goes, but I'm excited to see where it leads.
And we should say that we keep mentioning WrestleMania because we're on the road.
Oh, we are officially on the road to WrestleMania.
Raw 25 was the official road to WrestleMania. Like that, the tires, the rubber met the asphalt on that. So
Next up, we have a 2-on-1 handicap match for the WWE Championship. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have declared that if they win, they will be co-champions.
Yep.
I see what you did there. Nice. If that's the case, from an explanation standpoint, for the more casual viewer headed into WrestleMania, I don't know that this happens. I don't know that they become co-champions. Because from a booking and explanation standpoint, trying to get the most casual of fans, nobody's really going to understand why both of those guys are champion together. It's going to come off a bit weird. So I think that
it doesn't have to necessarily lead into WrestleMania with both of them as champion.
Yeah, because I know there's another pay-per-view or whatever. I'm just saying it's strange. So not sure how this will go down, but
yeah, I feel like this is going to come down to some more Shane McMahon meddling.
Yeah, I definitely think that Shane and Daniel Bryan will play some role in the outcome of this match. But regardless of that, I still see AJ Styles winning.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. And I honestly hope that we get Daniel Bryan versus AJ.
Oh, I don't think that's going to
because if you were watching SmackDown, Daniel Bryan put his hand on AJ Styles' shoulder and he was like, I have the utmost faith in, and AJ shoved him off and then immediately was like, I don't need you and I don't need your endorsement, which is weird because AJ's not a heel. So I feel like there's just planting some seeds and testing the water and seeing how people react.
Yeah, because that's also really strange considering, what was it? It was about a month ago? Or no, it was before the last pay-per-view where the champions fought the other champions. That Daniel Bryan cut a promo as Paul Heyman for AJ Styles, didn't he?
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Weird. Yeah. So that's a weird development in that storyline.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been hinting, they've been involving Daniel Bryan in some stuff.
But it's interesting because Sammy and Kevin and Daniel Bryan really aren't being heels. If you look at them and look at the reason why they're doing the things they're doing, it makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a common thread there.
Sammy's the most interesting Sammy's the most interesting heel I've ever seen in my entire life. Just because of the way that he approaches doing it, where he's not just like a dickhead and he's not a coward. He's just like explaining exactly what he's thinking all the time.
Yeah.
And in the most Sami Zayn way possible. So it's really, really funny.
I'd also like to point out that Sammy using the Blue Thunder Bomb to pin AJ Styles was amazing.
Dude, that move won a match.
It was like the first time ever.
And
now Sami Zayn has 2 victories over AJ Styles in singles competition.
It's wonderful.
But that leads me to think, since I think AJ Styles is also going to win this match, I'm wondering if somehow we're on a Sammy versus Kevin at Mania thing. And I think it would be interesting if Shane somehow booked the 2 of them to wrestle each other in a loser leaves SmackDown match.
Ooh.
And they're hesitant at first, but neither of them wants to leave.
Yeah, because they definitely want to capitalize on the fight forever thing.
Yeah. And then Kevin could go to Raw or whatever.
Yes, Kevin, go to Raw, please.
And then go from there.
Get him off of SmackDown, please. Finally, in the regular matches that are not Royal Rumble matches on the Royal Rumble match card, we have the triple threat match for the WWE Universal Championship, which features the champion Brock Lesnar defending against Kane and Braun Strowman. Now, I paused there because I just wanted you to remember what year it was when I said Brock Lesnar versus Kane, pause, versus Braun Strowman. It's 2018, by the way.
Yeah, it's 2018, not 2003. Keep that in mind.
Every time, and I tweeted this out, I tweet this every Monday, but every time I see Lesnar on Raw, I can't help but get angry that he stole that belt and has not given it back since last WrestleMania.
Yeah, Lesnar straight up sucks as a champion, and
I want him to go away forever.
And I tweeted this past Monday when Heyman came out, and Heyman was calling him the most relevant superstar and the most relevant champion when it couldn't be further from the truth.
No, yeah, it's definitely not true.
Because I get that
he's
been MIA. Who cares? Who cares about that title? I don't care about the Universal Championship
at all.
Kane could win it, and I wouldn't care because it wouldn't matter because it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Oh, that's such an ugly thought.
There's one title, and it's over on SmackDown.
Yep. And it's around the waist of AJ Styles.
With that being said, I think Brock Lesnar is going to win.
Do you?
Yeah, I've got Lesnar winning. It's only going to...
Even with the triple threat?
Even with the triple threat. We are on a collision course for Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and I hate to say it, but it's happening. Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
No, I definitely agree. I definitely agree that that's going to happen. But right in this moment, I think that the only reason Kane is here is to take the pin. And they've done too much for Braun Strowman to not give him this little nugget at this moment.
But honestly, the title doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. But I feel like Braun will win it, and he will turn it over back to Lesnar or even Reigns at the next pay-per-view for Raw, which I believe is Elimination Chamber, is it not?
It is, but I think that would be a huge mistake to have Strowman win the title here and then just drop it to Roman Reigns. I think that would be way worse than just having Brock Lesnar pin Kane and hang on to that belt. I don't want to see Braun Strowman wrestle Roman Reigns ever again. I'm sick of it.
No. I don't think that he's going to wrestle him himself. It's going to be in the Elimination Chamber that I think Lesnar will win it back before WrestleMania.
I don't know. I hate that idea. I hate this whole match.
I don't like it either. I'm not saying it because I'm hopeful about it. I don't want it.
I think we're getting Braun Strowman versus Triple H at WrestleMania.
Why?
Because I think Strowman's going to do something to Stephanie, and it's going to piss off the game. We had the seeds planted at Survivor Series. It's just going to happen.
I don't like it. I don't like anything about this match. I have Braun Strowman winning, and I don't like anything about this match. Next up, we have the inaugural 2018 Women's Royal Rumble match.
Over the top rope. This is big. This is groundbreaking.
It is, because over the top rope is not a bump that the women wrestlers usually take.
No.
And they've been doing it on Raw and SmackDown to show you that they can do it, that they're capable of it, or whatever that is. And it looks rough.
Yeah.
For some of them. Like Liv Morgan going over the top rope and landing on the ground. I fear for her safety.
So there's only 18 of them announced. A couple of them are like Asuka, the Riot Squad, Sasha, Nia. So, there's all the big players are there, but there's only 18 of them that have been announced out of the 30. So we're getting some legends, and that we're getting NXT superstars.
And maybe some surprises.
Yeah, maybe some surprises. So the way that we broke this down, who do you think is going to get the most eliminations in this match?
Nia Jax.
I agree. It just makes sense to have Nia do them. Who do you think is going to get eliminated the quickest?
Alicia Fox.
Ooh, okay. I don't know, because every time I bury Alicia Fox, they just give her so much to do. Like, they make her captain of the Survivor Series team.
What I think they should do is have her come out with her stupid captain's hat that she hasn't taken off since Survivor Series. And she's about to get into the ring and kind of do a Santino-esque spot with her where she wasn't ready. And then she flips shit on the side of the ring like she usually does every 3 years or so.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's what's going to happen to her. So I have Alicia Fox being eliminated fastest. Who do you have?
I have Lana.
Oh.
Yeah. Not that I don't want Lana in the match.
I would not be okay with that at all.
But I just feel like we're leading to that. I don't know. I just think I look at the other competitors listed already, and she's the one that sticks out to me, unfortunately.
Okay. Who do you have spending the longest time in the Rumble?
I have Bayley. Because if there's one thing Bayley's good at, it's looking like the legitimate underdog, and she needs to get the crowd behind her.
I have Sasha Banks.
Okay. I could also see that happening.
The longest. All right. So who are your two winners from Raw?
Obviously, first off, I've got Asuka because it's Asuka. Now, granted, she's lost Battle Royals in the past, but I think it's kind of destined to happen here, and I'm hoping that it does. Who's your first choice from Raw?
Asuka.
Okay.
Hashtag Asuka Mark.
Okay. Who's your second choice?
Nia Jax. Who's yours?
Nia Jax.
Nice.
And my theory with that one is, since Alexa Bliss is the champion, they could build this up a la Batista and Triple H.
Yep.
And then Nia could go to SmackDown. Except I want her to go to SmackDown and win the belt. Because I think that would... so if it's not going to be Asuka, I would want it to be Nia Jax for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because this way we can get Nia Jax over on SmackDown and actually have an interesting story other than, oh, she's been traded. Speaking of SmackDown, who's your first choice?
Becky Lynch.
Interesting. Who's your second choice?
I legitimately don't have a second choice. She's the only person on that roster that even remotely deserves to win the Women's Royal Rumble if it's going to be a SmackDown female competitor.
Yeah. I have Becky Lynch as my second SmackDown Live choice. I could also see Naomi winning.
Yeah, I was going to put her down. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. I honestly don't see SmackDown coming out with the victory there.
Me either. They have the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
So I don't see them taking the Rumble.
I could see the biggest surprise being Ronda Rousey.
That is also my biggest surprise. I should note, I'm going to note this, Rousey told TMZ Sports today that she's going to be in Colombia filming Mile 22, which is a film that she's doing with Mark Wahlberg. So she says that she won't be back until mid-February.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that actually pans out. All of that could be smoke screening.
Obviously. And like I said, at this point, is it even a surprise?
No. But I think it'll be a disappointment if she doesn't.
I think it'd be more of a surprise if the iconic duo showed up, honestly.
So, we'll see.
Stephanie McMahon's doing commentary.
Yeah, so she could be in the match as well, for sure.
Because, McMahon stuff.
Everything always boils down to a McMahon storyline. I will note that if Stephanie is in it, I feel like it'll only be because Ronda will have been announced and Ronda made her look stupid a few years ago at WrestleMania.
You're not suggesting that Stephanie McMahon eliminates Ronda Rousey, right?
Get out your member berries. Do you remember?
Oh no.
She locked Stephanie in a judo elbow lock. So,
if you could see me right now,
comes out. Yeah, I'm sure.
Facepalm, total facepalm.
Anything else about the Women's Royal Rumble?
No, I'm excited and I'm happy for everyone that gets to take place in this. hoping to see Lita come back.
How about Eve Torres?
I could see that happening as well.
That'd be awesome.
You know, there's some significant discrepancies in the Raw women that they brought out on Monday.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
you know,
maybe even a Caitlyn.
Ooh, I wasn't even thinking about her. All right, sign me up. So
there's definitely some surprises possible. It'll be interesting.
So hit that buzzer. So moving on to the main event, we have the 2018 30-man over-the-top rope Royal Rumble match.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
So who do you think is going to get the most eliminations?
Elias.
Who? I just remember with Elias being at an NXT house show in New Jersey 2.5 years ago.
Yep.
And he was just boring. I just couldn't.
Yeah, he was
couldn't get behind him.
Not exciting. He wrestled Aries, didn't he?
Yeah. And I was like, that's cool.
Oh,
Austin Aries is here, because it was before he debuted on TV, and I was really happy. And now one of them doesn't work for the company anymore, and the other one is on Raw in a program with John Cena. And if you asked me 2 years ago which one would be which, I would be wrong. And I'm happily wrong, because I like Elias now. Elias, he won me over.
He is a burgeoning superstar.
Yeah.
Everything that Triple H thought about him, everything that Dusty Rhodes thought about him, they were 100% right.
Yeah.
The guy is entertaining. He's got timing like a mother. And he's massive.
Yeah. Dude's good.
When he puts that scarf on, you can't see how big he is. When he took the scarf off and he's just like wrestling, he's jacked out of his mind.
Yep.
He is a good performance at the Royal Rumble away from being everybody's favorite superstar, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that.
Who do you have being with the most eliminations?
Baron Corbin.
Ooh.
Because he's a guy that I could see believably eliminating the most superstars in this match.
Yeah.
Just the way that he's been booked over the last couple of years.
Who do you have being eliminated the fastest?
So this also ties into one of my biggest surprises. I think Daniel Bryan's music's going to hit, and Damian Sandow is going to come out doing the yes thing, and then Damian Sandow is going to be eliminated the fastest.
Oh, that's good.
So
I don't know. The crowd would be excited and then hostile, but then excited again and then hostile.
I think that's the best way to do it. I think if you're going to play Daniel Bryan's music and anyone else other than Daniel Bryan would come out, I think it has to be him, because the crowd would appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who do you have being eliminated the quickest?
Jack Gallagher.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, those cruiserweight guys are going to fill some roles, I believe.
Yeah.
And he would be the one that I think gets eliminated the fastest. Somebody's on a monster tear, and then here comes out little Jack Gallagher.
Who do you think's spending the longest time in the Rumble?
Seth Rollins.
Nice. Hopefully. That's if Rollins is also within the match, because he's got a match earlier.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop. That's never stopped them from being involved in other matches. Who's your longest guy this year?
My longest time in the Rumble is going to Randy Orton.
Oh God.
I'm not saying he's winning. I'm just saying they're gonna tease that as long as they can. Oh my God, Randy Orton's won 2 Rumbles before. He won last year's Rumble. Is he gonna hang on? He's hanging on. You know how it goes.
Bored.
Come on.
I'm already bored.
Yeah, me too, but I was bored thinking about it.
Ugh.
Anyway, who biggest surprises? Who you got?
I don't know that it's a big surprise. Somebody that's not currently on the roster that I think will be making a return will be the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay.
Somebody call my mama.
Who do you got?
Yeah, I have Damian Sandow.
Okay.
Hopefully, we're going to get Daniel Bryan. That's like in my heart of hearts. I want that more than anything right now.
So should we walk everybody through that really quick?
Yeah.
So a week ago, would you say about a week ago? It was an article that was released it was explaining the odds makers picks for the Royal Rumble, and suddenly, for whatever reason, Daniel Bryan's name shot from being like a 33-1 chance to like 5-1. Like his odds went up astronomically,
like out of nowhere,
and nobody knows why.
Yeah.
So suddenly there's all this talk that Daniel Bryan is going to be entering the Royal Rumble and potentially winning it. So that would be the biggest surprise, and I think it would ignite WWE again heading into WrestleMania.
100%. But that's why I'm saying they're planting all these seeds with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
Why not have him enter into the Royal Rumble match, and then we could get a little Shane and Daniel Bryan build up leading through into WrestleMania, and then we could get AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I see that you keep saying AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, but I definitely think it's built more for a Shane versus Daniel Bryan loser leaves WWE or whatever the hell they want to do.
I mean, I just think it'd be weird to have Shane versus Daniel, where I feel like
I do too, but they always give Shane a good spot.
I know that's what they're doing. However, I feel like if you're going to put Bryan in there with anyone, between the two of them, I think AJ is going to be the safer worker.
You know, who wouldn't kill to see AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan? Like now.
Yeah.
You know?
So
I definitely agree there.
So who's your two winners from Raw?
My two winners from Raw. My first winner, the guy I want to win, the guy I believe will win if Raw wins the Royal Rumble, is Finn Balor.
He's my guy too. Wow.
What? My second pick for Raw is The Miz.
Okay. All right. I'd totally be behind that.
It's something that The Miz has never done.
Yeah.
And it's definitely something that I believe The Miz should get in his career.
I believe that will happen at some point, because I don't think he's...
Why not this year?
I don't think he's done.
Why not this year?
Exactly. I don't know. I don't have a rebuttal for that. My second choice would be Samoa Joe. If he's cleared.
If the injury thing is a work and he's able to actually wrestle, yeah, definitely.
So, give me Samoa Joe.
From SmackDown Live, my first pick is Baron Corbin.
Wow. That's surprising. My pick is Nakamura from SmackDown, because...
Yeah, that's the easy one.
That is the easy one. My second pick is Daniel Bryan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're either going with the slam dunk or the over-the-shoulder half-court pipe dream.
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Nice. My second pick from SmackDown is Rusev Day.
Like the both of them?
No, just Rusev.
Oh, okay.
How great would it be if there was like 3 guys left and it was Aiden English, Rusev, and somebody else, and they team up on the somebody else, and then Aiden English excuses himself over the top rope
because he's a gentleman,
and then sings it because he's the ultimate gentleman. How amazing.
Dude, they're so
I
over.
think the crowd would go nuts.
That Philly crowd is going to go bananas if anyone other than Roman Reigns wins. Didn't
he win his first one in Philly?
Yep.
And they were really mad about it?
Yep.
That was the dawn of it's not one city, brother, it's the world, right?
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, Roman winning is probably going to happen.
Please
There's just other ways to get that done. We don't need Philly booing relentlessly as we end the show with the big dog standing tall. We've seen it. It's not about one city. It's about the world.
Jordan, I don't know if you're aware. I I don't know if you're aware, that ring is his yard.
Well, Michael Hayes, we already know this city doesn't like Roman. So it's not about this city.
They should.
So let's get away from that.
Do you really need Roman Reigns in winning the Royal Rumble to get him in the title match with Brock Lesnar?
No.
No, you don't. They have a history.
Let's give the win.
We did this.
Let's give the win.
We already did this.
Let's give the win to someone new and unexpected.
Yeah, I feel like we did this already. I feel like it's deja vu to 3 or 4 years ago when we had this exact conversation about not wanting Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
So,
but like, I want to see someone unexpected win this. So like
The Miz,
Kofi Kingston, Matt Hardy, Elias, Nakamura, Rusev, and Finn Balor. Any of those guys win. It'd just be an interesting story. And imagine like you said, a guy like Elias. Imagine if Elias were to win the Royal Rumble. Nothing's saying the Raw guys have to go and face Brock Lesnar. They could easily go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Give the Miz all the credit in the world, because this dude busts his ass night in and night out.
The more we talk about it, like, I definitely want Finn Balor to win it, but the more we talk about it, the more I'm like, no, the Miz needs to win it.
That would
be huge.
Talk about a career.
Yeah.
If that were to happen.
8-time Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I'm hopeful for some excellent surprises. I could see No Way Jose getting called up, but that's about it for NXT.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, like NXT's roster is like thin the way it is.
Yeah, that would be a neat pop from the crowd.
Yeah, he's a guy who's like also like an Elias, where I think his talent is better suited on the main roster. I'm hoping Ricochet debuts.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
Ricochet's going to debut in the Royal Rumble.
I would love to see Rick O'Shea in the Royal Rumble.
Any final thoughts on the 2018 Men's Royal Rumble match?
No, other than that, I'm really excited, and I really can't wait for it. It's my favorite WWE event of the year, every year.
Yeah, mine too.
And the last couple of years have been complete letdowns who the winner is. So I'm really hoping that they change gears here, but I don't have much hope for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really looking forward to the whole weekend. Seeing some surprise returns, it's always fun.
So that's it. That's Royally Rumbled, talking the Royal Rumble.
Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it.
Definitely.
Go ahead, give us a follow on Twitter at Royally Rumbled.
Yeah, give us a follow on Twitter at Royally Rumbled, and then converse with us during Raw and SmackDown Live every week.
Yeah.
So we can trade ideas and reflections upon what is happening in the ring and on these programs.
You can also subscribe to us on iTunes, Royally Rumbled. And if you want to follow us on Twitter individually, I'm at Alex Shepard. That's at ALXSHPRD.
And I'm at Yesball. Who do you think's going to be eliminated the fastest? What surprise returns are you hoping for or believe will happen?
Yeah.
Let us know on Twitter at Royally Rumbled. So hopefully we got you primed and ready. Let's hope that it's a good one. Man, I'm really excited because it's in Philly, so the crowd's going to be hot.
As always, I'm Jordan.
I'm Robert.
Thank you for listening. Enjoy the Royal Rumble, everyone.